Hello, Jesse Good here, and I can't believe it, but I'm actually opening up LEGO Minifigures the Disney Series. I have 8 packs up here, unsearched. I don't know what's in them, and these were quickly available on ToysRUs.com, where I purchased 2 orders of 4 of them. So without further ado, let's get into what's inside these. Alright, so time to open up my first pack. The one I want the most is Buzz and Mickey, and, well, all these are really interesting to say the least. My first pack is, that's Syndrome from The Incredibles. Syndrome's not one of my favorites. It's not because I hate The Incredibles, because I really do like The Incredibles. It's just that I don't think this interpretation of him in minifigure form is really perfect. His face is way too odd, but everything else is just about perfect. I love the printing all the way to the side of his legs and the dual molding and everything like that. He even has plans for the Omnidroid. And don't worry, I'll do a closer look at the end of all of them, but let's see what I got. Ooh, it's Captain Hook. You guys who watch my videos know that, along with Syndrome, Captain Hook was one of my least favorites of the series, but honestly, in person, the face print doesn't look bad, so this one is definitely better in person. We'll take a closer look later, but he does have some nice back torso printing. And let's open up this pack. Ooh, Buzz Lightyear, yes! And I was so looking forward to getting Buzz because the LEGO Toy Story is one of my favorite themes of all time, and this one has updated arm and leg printing. And I still don't know if I totally love that face, but honestly, in person, it does look a little bit better. I still like this one more, the one from the actual Toy Story sets, which is on the left. And you could just compare the two and see that this one has more detailed printing, but this one has that molded head that I think makes it better. So far, we're 3 for 3, which means no repeats. So let's see what's in this guy. Ooh, yes, Donald Duck. And Donald Duck has a solid head, I thought it would be rubber, and a rubber tail. And he just looks incredible. I think this is a great interpretation of the character. And you can see that his hat is actually removable, and it just kind of pegs on the top, just like that. And this is a thicker package. I haven't felt it, but I would guess it would be Ursula because of how thick this package is. And yep, I was right, because her body, or her lower body, is a very thick piece. Ursula looks pretty good in LEGO form. This is a very thick little leg piece with the tentacles and everything. I don't like the size of her hair, though. I don't like how they kind of printed the gray on there. But she does have a pretty cool face print and a little accessory trident. This one feels really thick, too, so I wouldn't be surprised if it's a repeat Ursula. Yep, I was right. I hope this is the only repeat we get in all of these, but I forgot to show the underside, which looks really interesting. Alright, next pack. Oh, heck yeah, it's Minnie Mouse. For a second, I thought it was Mickey. Minnie Mouse has a big molded head and even a big molded kind of a peg-based little bow on the top right there. And she has this new blouse mold as well, which attaches right at the top of her legs. Dual molded legs as well, which is pretty nice. And a pretty cool torso print. I'm hoping this is Mickey Mouse, but I doubt it. But just anything that isn't a repeat. Aw, crap, it's another Syndrome. So here is all of them that I got in this pack opening. 2 Syndromes and 2 Ursulas is actually not bad for just a blind bag opening, because usually I fill these up and get the ones I want, but when I go in blind, I usually get a whole bunch of repeats. So one last look at all the figures. We got Syndrome right here, who has some great printing all around him. Love the dual molded legs and the dual molded arms. I just don't like the printing on the front of his face. It just doesn't look good in LEGO form, and there's not much they could have done to avoid that, besides just not making the character as a whole. Then we got Captain Hook, which was one that I really wasn't looking forward to, and I thought looked really bad when we first got pictures of. But in human, or I guess in real life, just having him in my hands, I really like how he came out. I think his face looks pretty good. The rest of him has some fantastic printing. I always said that he had fantastic printing. Very good for Pirates fans like me. And he does have just this whole molded hair hat combo, which is a really funny mold, and it has a whole bunch of different colors on it and a very well made sculpt. And he also has a little rapier as accessory. There's also Buzz Lightyear, who is very much different from the previous version of Buzz Lightyear that came in the Toy Story sets. You can see that he has arm printing on both sides. This one even has his infamous laser and some leg printing on both sides, which is just so much more detailed. And his helmet, I think, is the same mold, but His head is, of course, just a regular minifigure head, which it looks a little bit better in person, but I'm still not a huge fan of. And once you take it off, you can see that he actually has no printing underneath, while the old version had a little Star Command logo underneath. The only thing that you could see is the printing that's seen after you put on the armor, which is just those little lines underneath. Donald Duck is pretty incredible. I think he's the best of all the ones I got today. Not my favorite, because I still think Buzz is my favorite, just because I love LEGO Toy Story, and I think just the rest of his body is so cool, and it's so cool to get all that printing. But either way, you can see that Donald has dual molded legs and some arm printing, and even a new tail mold right there, which attaches through the top of his legs. And he has a new head mold, which also comes with a new accessory piece, which is this little hat right here, and that's a hard plastic. I'm glad none of this is rubber besides the tail, which is the only one that really needed to be rubber. And Ursula, actually, the more I look at it, the more I don't really like how this came out. I mean, I still think it's really good. It's just, I don't know, it's kind of growing less on me. I liked her when I first saw the official pictures, but those hair printing, the little hair like coloring on the side is really ugly in my opinion. Other than that, her face print is pretty good. Her trident is cool and everything, but my favorite part is definitely her legs. And she was one that was really necessary for the first series because she's one of the most popular Disney villains out there. And to end it all, it's Minnie Mouse, which, of course, I wanted Mickey Mouse a little bit more, but I still am really happy on how Minnie Mouse came out. And she's an actual necessary character, unlike Daisy Duck, which we'll get to maybe in the next opening. I like the printing on her legs and everything like that, and this really nice little skirt mold, which actually is a hard plastic, even though it goes around the top of the legs. And she has some nice dual molded arms and a really cool head mold, which is a really hard plastic, and it has a hole in the top so that you could accessorize her with her little bow. Here's a look at the packaging, and in the United Kingdom, the design has Donald Duck on the cover, but in the United States, the design has Captain Hook instead, which is quite interesting and weird as a choice. You can see they even have the Incredibles logo, and they have 18 minifigures to collect. Alas, here is all of the 18 minifigures. The ones I want the most was Buzz, which I'm glad I got him, and Mickey Mouse, and Aladdin, and Peter Pan, so those are the next ones on my hit list, and what's her name, Ariel. And you can see just the back has how to assemble some of the minifigures. And that's it. I hope you guys enjoyed this early opening for LEGO Minifigures the Disney series. Definitely more to come as I find these, and I'll see you guys later.